Star Model 718. This is my thoughts, reviews of chapter 1021 of One Piece, Demonio, or Domino. I don't know how you pronounce it, but pretty much demon, devil. This was a great chapter, but before I get into that, let me talk about the cover page. Two guys who we think would be bosom buddies, Frankie, Senior Pink. Beautiful little cover page. You know, Hio's bar, I believe. At a drinking, you see Frankie crying, the bartender's crying, and I guess Senior Pink is just continuing his story, which it was a sad story. It really was a sad story. All right, let's get back into it. This pretty much was a continuation of the Black Maria and Robin fight. Robin comes out with her giant form. She starts off with her sea serpent, which when I seen, I was like, sea serpent, like what's going on? But I see like the way her arms is moving and everything. She goes for like a grab attack for Black Maria, I guess, because you know Robin's known for doing her like dislocating type of like techniques, or jutsus, whatever you guys want to call it. But Black Maria is pretty much like fighting her off with I guess the rest of the Wanyudo staff and everything, and she realized, like, you know, as she's blocking Robin's hands and everything like that, that Robin's actually taking damage, and she's like, oh, really? So now I guess you definitely see that Black Maria is a little bit more hands-on and battle savvy compared to Robin, because once she's seen that, I guess she should start formulating a plan, like, okay, fine. Every time she's sending one of her limbs after me, I'm going to attack these things. So this way, now I can damage her and whittle her down little by little. So I thought that was pretty cool. Then we see that Black Maria, she starts, once Robin starts like grabbing hold of her and things like that, especially like around her legs, she starts saying to her, like, you know, you know that I'm secreting poison. So I'm like, damn, this girl is pretty versatile. Like, you know, she got the web powers. She sees that Robin is being damaged and everything just from her touching her. So that was cool. Then she starts hitting Robin with something called Maria Net, which is weird because like all her attacks is named after her, which I was like, all right, cool. So she web up Robin, and as she has Robin, I guess, like locked down. This is when Black Maria gets like really vicious. This is where we see that Black Mirror versus Sanji. She puts on her Orin knuckles, or knuckle dusters, brass knuckles, whatever you want to call it, and she pretty much says to Robin, "You know I'm a martial artist." And when I read that, I'm sitting back like, "You know I'm a martial artist." So wait, when Black Mirror is really that hands-on like that, so I was like, "Oh man, this is not gonna be good," because you know Robin's more of like the mid-range fighter. You know, she's pretty distance from the opponent, and you know she does her little attacks here and there. But seeing that Black Maria had pretty much webbed up and was going in, I thought she actually was gonna punch Robin, but still bad enough. She was punching Robin's giant form, and she see Black Maria see Robin taking dent, and she's sitting just laughing, and she not only she's sitting there laughing at Robin, like she's popping shit. She sounded like a hood project chick just going off like, yo, this is the best punching bag I had, and I'm just sitting back like, yo, like, I know I wanted Robin to have like a serious fight, but to see Nico Robin, you know, the One Piece Bae, get beat up like that, I was kind of like, damn, Oda, like you want this, you know? Let me just open my little bag of tricks and see what I got here. And his little bag of tricks, bro, like I said, it was gritty. It was a little hard to read seeing Robin get beat up like that. At the bottom of the cage, right? So then we see, and like I said, like going back to like Black Maria's prowess for fighting and everything, we see that she does like a cage attack with her weapon and everything, and she ignites it. But it was weird because it's like the little spider face, right, was shooting fire. When I first seen her Wanyudo had the fire ability, I thought it was a pug because they said the pug kept the fire up. I didn't know her little spider face shot, you know, the fire. So she has like illusion techniques or genjutsu. She has like taijutsu, and then she has like these, you know, ninjutsus, I guess you want to call it, because she has like the weapon and everything like that. It's just like Black Maria's a pretty good force. I see why she's one of the Toby Roppo. Like she, on her own, she's pretty formidable. She really is. I could see Black Maria like, because at first, like when Black Maria was introduced to us, I didn't think she was really like a fighter like that. Because when they were saying, when Kyle said that he wanted them to look for Yamato, and she was kind of like hugged up on him, I thought she pretty much like slept her way to the top. Nah, she got to the top by blood, sweat, and tears. Like she put in work. Black Maria is a beast. I like, no pun intended, beast pirates. But Black Maria is a beast. I actually like that about her character. Um, right. So as Robin is, taking damage and she's getting beat up by Black Maria, she starts having a flashback to the revolutionaries, and you see her with Hack, Sabo, and even what's this girl? Koala. I'm gonna say Panda. Excuse me, Koala. And they was people saying to Robin, like, "Yo, we know you're about to leave soon, but we want to make sure you're able to protect yourself. So we want to teach you how to fight." So this is something I'm looking back like, wait a minute. Black Maria just said she's a martial artist. We're having a flashback with the Revolutionary Pirates, and they say they want Robin to learn some CQC, close quarter combat. I'm sitting back like, are we gonna have like a Robin boxing match? Because like I said before, Robin was like more like a mid-range fighter type of character. Now seeing her do like some close range thing, I'm kind of like, okay, let's see what's gonna happen. So she ends up doing like a palm strike, but the palm strike, because Kowal was telling her when you do a palm strike, like always aim for the midsection, and she misses Black Maria. When I was like, damn, like she missed, but she did that on purpose to to put out the fire, because from originally when Black Maria did her web cage attack, right? The roof, ceiling, whatever, so falling down, that puts out the fire, right? So as she's doing that, and Black Maria is pretty much telling her like, that attack you just did, it put out the fire, but it pretty much didn't do anything. Like, you would need help from like Brooke. And then this is when, I don't know if, because everything in manga is black and white, I don't know if this was hockey induced, but I'm gonna say it's hockey, because right now we're in the end game of One Piece. I feel all the shows have hockey. Robin summons a giant demon version of herself, because everybody's calling her Devil Child, and Black Maria was calling her Devil Child, and pretty much was like popping so much shit to her. Me seeing this, I was like, holy shit, like what is she doing? She goes in this weird, and that, what, matter of fact, I will say it's hockey, and the reason why I'm definitely saying it's hockey, because when she did the sea serpent, she was grabbing Black Maria. Robin's hands was burning, taking damage, and we know hockey, especially armor hockey, it gives you somewhat more protection, like give you a little bit more defense. She hits Black Maria with something called Grand Jacuzzi Clutch, and I'm just seeing like all these arms and different limbs and shit like that. Just got Black Maria in different positions, and I'm really looking at it because I see Black Maria's face is like up in one direction, one arm is like twisted and bent, but then Robin got another hand grabbing her arm, bending it down, and I'm just saying like, yo, she got this chick's arm like in the Z formation, and I'm like, oh nah. And then when you look, when you're reading, when you look to like the left of the panel, you see like Robin has other hands and stuff like that grabbing Black Maria's legs, and the legs is all like all her spiral is like this. They all kind of like bent back like this, and I'm sitting back like, oh, she's giving her a real clutch. She's giving her a real breakdown, and it's just crazy because seeing the flashback with Hack saying that Robin's techniques with the dislocation stuff is pretty good, and then seeing like now she's like really, instead of her doing like the the neck clutch or the arm clutch, she's doing like a full body press, and just saying like, oh shit, like I knew Robin had like dark jokes and shit like that. Robin sense of humor is a little macabre, but seeing her like do a full breakdown, I was like, wow, this is. But again, this is the Straw Hat crew going against Ayanko's crew. You gotta open your bag. You gotta come full force. You can't pretty much bullshit this. And I was just saying like, yo, that was like a nice little ending to the fight. Right. So as Robin's doing that, we see Black Maria's henchmen. They hear Black Maria screaming, so I guess they happen to look over it, but what's going on, and they see like Black Maria being attacked by a demon. So they just in fear, because Black Maria is like a force in nature, and because they like not paying attention, Brooke handled something called Phase de Arms Orchestra, which I seen was like a musical note, and I guess because all the girls was lined up, he was able to freeze them, and then like do like a single, like I guess look like a piercing sound. Like I said, it's hard to really tell because like I said, it's a musical note going down like that, and then you see like a line going through it. So I'm guessing like he used his music power and his soul powers to freeze them, and then like doing a piercing attack. So like the three um henchwomen got knocked out. So it was like, oh shit. So like that was, like I said, even though like these fights is pretty short manga wise, like I said, I just can't wait to see like what happens in the anime, right? So after Black Maria and Robin's fight and the Brooke fight, you know, we see a panel where Robin says, you know, I think I overdid it, and Brooke's like, no, no, you did good, and it's like that right there, that was like the fans, you know, us was saying like, nah, you did good, Robin, like you're a classy woman, but seeing you get down and dirty like that was nice. That was beautiful, right? So we see one of Balwan's little surveillance devices watching, so we already know Kyle's gonna find out about this. The rest of the Beast Pirates gonna find out about this. So now they're gonna be like, "Yo, Toby Rope was falling one by one," and the whole thing was about the Beast Pirates. They were saying that what made them so formal that they had the Toby Rope. So we started to see they're dropping like flies one by one, right? So after that panel, we go to a panel with Luffy and the Hard Pirates, and with this part here, we all knew it. Cavendish had not Cavendish, Jesus. This guy was a small fool. I said Cavendish. Or whatever. I don't want him about Cavendish, but whatever. This guy had a bunch of food stored in his body, and he said to Luffy, like, pretty much, that's, you know, hopefully you'll be able to pay me back because this is a month worth of food. And I'm just like sitting back thinking, he has a swamp, no me, right? But it's Luffy. I'm like, I can't imagine me eating food that's pulled from the swamp, but like I said, it's Luffy. Luffy's just different. You know, like he'll eat anything. So like, we see like Luffy, he's eating, and Law School's asking, you know, what was happening to the captain, and he's trying to tell him as he's eating at the same time. So we move over to the side where we see Momonosuke and Shinobu. Now I know a lot of people call this, a lot of fans call this, hell, even I call this. This was like very easy to see. Pretty much Momonosuke asked Shinobu to age him. Now, when I see, going back to when we start finding out, you know, how Momonosuke and the rest of like the Akazaya 9 and stuff like that was transferred from the past 20 to the future, it made me think about Thundercats, the original Thundercats, where Lano was a child, but because of space time travel and whatever, he was aged, but he said the mind of a child, but the body of a man. And I was saying to myself, like, imagine that happens to Momonosuke. This is way before I seen Shinobu. This was way before Shinobu's character was even introduced, even her devil fruit and anything like that. And now seeing the possibility that Momo could be aged, there's a lot that could go on, possibilities with this. And like I have like one or two thoughts. One obviously is definitely like a power up with his devil fruit, him being a dragon and everything. So now we're gonna have like a blue dragon versus pink dragon, because Momo's color, like he's pink, you know, he's based on Momo's heart, but he could even be a red dragon. And also too, because he was training with Zoro with the whole snatchy and like swordplay and stuff like that. You know, when Kiku got mad, is Oda gonna introduce him sword fighting? Like that's why I'm wondering like what's gonna happen with that, because we still have Orochi. I believe Orochi's still alive, and we know Zoro is using Emma, but Odin had two swords, and you know the other sword is Momo's sword. I could see Tenguyama bringing Habe no Akiri, sorry. Habe no Akiri, yeah. Bring that sword into this fight, and Momo using it against Orochi. And because him being aged, where my years Shinobu decides to age him, let's say she just give him back his 20 years, him looking like Odin, him sounding like Odin. But the thing is, if he is aged, will he be traveling with Straw Hats? And I can see him being like, you know what, he has to be, matter of fact, no, because he has to be the opposite of his father. The reason why Wano fell into ruin is because Odin kept leaving. If he would have stayed, that would never happen. Momo's going to stay. This definitely will be the push for Yamato to be like, you know what, Odin is back, so now my job is done. This this could be like the push to get Yamato to go to Straw Hats. Yeah, like see, I have my notes and everything, but like now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it definitely seems like that's the direction that Oda's gonna go into. Yeah. Oh man, I may do another video. I don't want to do too much and like put all my ideas on top of this review and things like that. And speaking of review, this was a good chapter. Just like last week, I'm going with like 8.5 to 9. Like same thing, story move, progression, action, like all this was real good. And like I said, and the Robin fight was good. Like I said, seeing like two pretty classy women get down and dirty. This was a really good fight. Like Oda re-illustrated this fight, and like I said, I can't wait to see what happens and how they're gonna direct and move this in the anime. Um, guys, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff down below. Starmo718, my slogan. Yo, let's have a conversation.